Hi, welcome back to ZW3D Design Tutorials. This is Ben. In this lesson, we will learn how to use the basic modeling commands to create a reducer base, especially on how to use the quick shape speed up the modeling process. Let's get started. First, let's create a new file and name it reducer base. In the first step, select the block command to create a solid with the size shown on the screen. And then repeat this command to create another one over that one, but with different size. Set the length 400, width -115, and height 205. After that, select the cylinder command to create a cylinder. Pick the center point of the line in the top as the cylinder center, and then set up other parameters for this cylinder. The radius is 95, the length is 60. Then, I will cut out the upper half of the cylinder. Use extrude command and then select this edge from the shape. Then specify the extrude direction. Change the Boolean into subtract and take flip face direction. OK. Next, I will add another block on it. For this block, I will define the start point based on a reference point. When defining the start point, click the right mouse button in the graphic area. It will pop up a context menu. Pick the offset option from the context menu, and then set up the offset value in X, Y, Z axis separately. Then input the length, width, and height. After finish it, I need to cut a pocket with another block. For the center point, I use the intersection of a curve and a surface as the center point. Pick the option of CV and SF intersection from the context menu. And then pick the top edge and the YZ plane to get this point. Set the size of the block and set up the Boolean into subtract. Add another cylinder on the right side of it. Choose from two lines to get the starting point. Change Boolean setting. Define the radius and the length. In order to cut the upper half of it, we insert a curve list. Change Boolean setting. You can make the curve list blank if you don't think it looks nice. Change the view to top view, and we are going to add some other features. First, add a block based on the center point of this edge with this size. Input the length 240 and the width 125. The height is -60. You can hold the right mouse button to rotate the view. Then pick these two edges and highlight them. Click the middle mouse button to direct edit them. And then add another block on it. This time, I will use the point from two lines as the starting point. Pick these two edges. Define the size of this block. 45 for length, -120 for width, -60 for height. Set Boolean option as space. Rotate it to the other side with your right mouse button. I'll give an asymmetric chamfer to this edge. Choose chamfer and select the second option. Pick this edge and then select the face on the first side. Then define the setbacks. Use fillet command and define the value of radius. Add one more block. Use the along option from the context menu to define the start point. Define the size of this block. Set the Boolean option as add. Continue to add a cylinder on it. Define the size. Click OK. Combine it with the previous block. Rotate it to another side and extrude the bottom face of the pocket in Z-axis. Cut the unnecessary part. Input the draft angle. Finish. Click the right mouse button and choose Draft command. Then draft this edge and set the angle as 2. Next, I will add a rib to this side. First, create a sketch on YZ plane. Draw a line between these edges. Define the length as 50. Back to the modeling environment. Select the rib command to create a rib feature. Type in the parameters. Click OK. And draft these edges with the right-click menu. After this, let's cut the hole for shaft. Pick cylinder command and on the context menu, choose middle. Define the length and radius. Then rotate the model to the other side and use the same operations to cut the hole. Chamfer these corners with asymmetric chamfer. Input the parameters, including setbacks and angle. And don't forget those on the other side. Pick these edges and then use fillet command. Define the radius as 50. Take the item, hold fillet to edge. Next, let's create a hole for assembly. turn the model to a proper view, and then first create some points on those faces. After that, use the hole tool to create some counter bore holes. You can define the features of the holes according to your need. Also, create other counter bore holes on the bottom plate. Here, we use the same operations. First, create the points for positions by using the offset option from the context menu. Then, use the hole tool to create the hole features. We fillet these corners. Change the view to the front view and then create some threaded holes on this face. Here, I use offset option from the context menu to first get one point in the center position. Then I use the copy command to copy it to both sides. With those points, let's create some threaded holes. Follow the steps shown on the screen. Finish. Next, mirror another half part. Firstly, we move it to the 0 point. Change the filter and choose point. Second, mirror it based on the X and Z datum. Last, combine it together. So far, all of the main features on the reducer have been finished. Next, let's create other detail features. First, create a rib on the right side. Insert a sketch on the X and Z plane. Create a sketch for rib. Define its dimension. Set it 90. Exit sketch and choose the rib command to create a rib in this position. Again, add another rib next to it. Insert a sketch on the XZ plane. Choose offset. Type 50 here. Pick this curve. Draw two circles here. The radius are 12 and 10, respectively. Add constraints for these two circles. Define the distance. Extend this line and make it tangent to this circle. Draw another line. Trim the unnecessary part. Then you can see the shape you want. Exit sketch and use this sketch to create another rib. Next, go to another side and create the rib on this side with the same operations. Just repeat the things you just did. Again, draw two circles. Trim the unnecessary part. Use this sketch to create another rib. Let's move to the next step. Create the oil indicator hole in a certain position. First, create a point for position. Then, based on this point, create a new datum to support the sketch of oil indicator hole. Insert a sketch on this datum. Draw a circle here as the oil indicator hole. Trim the unnecessary part. Exit sketch and extrude this sketch. Define the draft angle. Pick the highlighted face as the boundary to automatically trim the result. After this, use the hole tool to create a hole. At last, create the oil outlet by using the cylinder quick shape command. Define the position and the value of radius and length. Choose Cylinder command again. On the context menu, select Center of Curvature. Change the Boolean setting. Insert a sketch. Draw a rectangle. Define its dimension. Set this 15. This one is 30. This is 40. Exit sketch and extrude the rectangle we just made. Define the parameters as the screen shows. Pick these edges and do filleting. Again, pick these edges and do filleting. So far, it is all finished. Congratulations!